Chapter 5. When Storms Learn to Listen. There are nights when the tavern sleeps easily. Candles burn steady, the hearth hums low, and even the floorboards seem content to rest beneath the weight of dreaming travelers. And then there are nights like this one, the kind where the silence is not empty, but attentive. I noticed it first in the way the tavern leaned. Not physically, though it does that too when it's curious, but inwardly, as if every beam and bottle and battered chair had turned its attention toward one small room down the hall. Sella's room. Her storm had quieted since the lantern carried her back. Quiet storms, I've learned, are often the ones that need the most care. Loud storms announce themselves. Quiet ones listen and decide what they will become. I stood behind the bar, polishing my eternal mug, when Arinya approached. She moved softly, as though afraid to disturb the air itself. "She's awake," Arinya said. "Not frightened, just listening." "So is the storm," I replied. We walked together, not hurried, not hesitant, just present. The tavern's lanterns dimmed as we passed, lowering their light the way a forest lowers its branches to shelter something fragile. Sella sat upright in her bed, knees drawn to her chest, blanket wrapped around her shoulders like a small cloak. Her eyes were open, bright with a thoughtful glow that had not been there before. When she saw me, she smiled. It was not the wide, careless smile of a child at play. It was the careful smile of someone who felt something heavy and survived it. "Lion," she said softly. The rain stopped. I crouched beside her bed, so we were eye to eye. "Yes," I said, "for now." She tilted her head. "Will they come back?" And I did not lie to her. "Yes," I said again, "but not the same way." The storm singer stood near the window, listening to the night beyond the glass. The wind carried no thunder tonight, only the hush of distant leaves. "The storm is learning," she murmured. "It has heard itself at last." Sella looked between us. "What does that mean?" I placed a hand gently on the edge of her bed, letting my voice slow, deepen, soften. "It means," I said, "that storms do not vanish when we understand them. They change shape. They become rain for fields instead of lightning for walls." She considered this carefully, as only children can. "I don't want it to hurt anyone," she whispered. Arinya stepped forward then, sitting beside Sella, taking her hand. "And it won't," she said, "not if you keep listening to it." Later, long after Sella drifted back to sleep, I remained awake. The tavern always leaves one of us wakeful. Tonight that duty was mine. I sat by the hearth, listening, not for danger, but for meaning. Storms have a sound beneath their noise, a low hum, almost like breath drawn through old wood. I heard it now, faint but present, threading its way through the tavern's bones. A lantern above the bar flickered silver. Ah! I rose and approached it, resting my hand lightly against the glass. "You're restless too," I murmured. The flame pulsed once in response. It no longer sang loudly, it listened, and so did I. In that moment, I understood something the tavern has known longer than I have. Healing is not a moment, it is a relationship. You do not cure storms, you learn how to live beside them. The storm singer joined me quietly, her steps nearly soundless. "She will need guidance," she said, "not control, not silence." I nodded, as we all do. Her gaze lingered on the lantern. "The storm chose well," she said. "It trusted the one who would not cage it." I chuckled softly. "Storms and taverns have that in common," I replied. "Neither likes to be owned." She smiled, tired, warm, knowing. "Then she will be safe here," the storm singer said, "for as long as she needs." The tavern creaked in agreement. Near dawn, I checked on Sella once more. She slept peacefully now, one hand resting over her chest. A faint shimmer, barely visible, rose and fell with her breathing, like mist lifting from warm ground after rain. Her storm was still there, but it was no longer alone. I stood in the doorway for a long while, letting the moment settle into my bones. I have seen countless travelers come and go, heroes, lost souls, broken kings, quiet wanderers who never knew what they were searching for. But children who carry storms? Oh, they remind me why the tavern wanders at all. As the first light of morning brushed the windows, the tavern shifted. A gentle pull, a new direction. The road called. I smiled to myself and returned to the bar, setting the kettle on, straightening chairs, readying the space for whoever the world would send us next. Storms would come again. They always do. But tonight and this morning, one storm learned how to listen, and that is where the healing truly begins.